Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75. Welcome to another Transformers review. Right, again, this is quite an old figure. This is a Transformers animated wreck-gar. The reason why I have this one out, normally I wouldn't have reviewed this, but I have this one out because obviously I'm selling a few things. I've got a few things on eBay. If anybody wants to check me out on eBay, my username is the Omega75. I've got a few things on there, plus if there's anything else anybody's interested in, you never know, I might be tempted into selling it. I'm not selling too much, just a few bits. Yeah, just to try and raise some money to buy some other stuff, really, because I don't have any spare money to buy stuff, so I've got to sell stuff to buy stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, check me out. Right, so anyway, this is obviously one that I do have on eBay. This is one that I did acquire. I don't have too many animated figures. I did get this one because, well, at the time, this was the only, other than the G1 wreck-gar, this is the only sort of like updated wreck-gar figure. He's not too bad. He was quite rare at the time. I think he was going for silly money on eBay, like about 30 quid, 40 pounds. And for a Voyager sort of figure, that was a little bit much for my liking. I wouldn't have paid that, but a few months later, Toys R Us seemed to have loads, and they would add them for a tenner. So I bought one. I thought, well, 10 quid, I'll get that. Yeah, so it was obviously the only updated sort of figure. Now we have the Generations motorbike one, which is a hell of a lot better. So obviously this one is slightly redundant unless you're an animated fan. Again, I didn't have too many, and I wasn't that bothered. Oh, there we go. That wasn't closed properly. I thought it was looking a bit dodgy. So anyway, let's get on to the figure itself. He's obviously wreck-gar. He's a Junkion. I'm not totally sure in animated. I only ever saw about 2 episodes of it. Not that it wasn't bad. I just never found the time to get around to watching it, really. So anyway, so instead of a motorcycle this time around, he's a garbage truck, or a rubbish truck, depending on what country you're in. I can see why they chose a rubbish truck, because obviously Junkion is all full of junk and everything like that, blah, 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 which is fair enough. Preferred a motorbike, but there we go. Right, in this mode, being a garbage truck, he does have, we don't really have these in England. We have the ones where obviously load them into the back, but in America, I know they have the ones where they have the big sort of like bins, and so they have that where this will raise up and then you can rotate them up and they dump it into the back like that. Again, we don't have those in England as far as I know. Right, and then obviously he does have another gimmick in this mode, which if you push this out, we get these. Just what they are, I'm not totally sure in this mode. You can take these off, and which we actually will take these off because you can use them in robot mode. Don't know what function that serves in vehicle mode. Right, so I've only actually transformed this the once. He does roll particularly well, and it doesn't look too bad, if I'm honest with you. A lot of the animated figures weren't that bad, if I'm honest with you. They looked a little funny, but they weren't that bad. Right, so we're going to fold these up. I've got my instructions next to me, just in case I run into trouble. Then we're going to rotate this whole section here, I think. Is it here? Yeah, that's what it says to do, so I don't know why it ain't. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's why it detaches from the front, obviously. Right, so then we go there. Then we're going to rotate the legs down. Then we're going to come here, fold these arms out. They're just sort of tucked into that bit there. Rotate these out, rotate them round. Rotate his head up. He's got a little funky little aerial stuck on the side of his head. That's pretty cool. Come down here. Doing this probably in totally the wrong order the instructions say to do it in, but never mind. Just fold out the feet. Now that is him basically in his robot mode. Apart from then you've got to get rid of all this stuff. These wheels rotate inwards like that. I like. This is the bit that used to do my head in. Is that they haven't got really enough clearance to get past each other, so you have to force them past. Then we're gonna. Oh, that's my camera. There we go. We're gonna rotate this, and it's sort of like accordions down, and I ain't got a clue what it does, but it's sort of. Does that fold in? I think that folds in. Ah, yeah, right. So that then will probably. Looks like that wants to just hook on the back there. Is that right? Jesus Christ, now that is a backpack and half. Jesus. Oh, his leg's gone turned around the wrong way there. But will he stand up? Yes, he will. Yes. Anyway, we were backpack that size. Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, so that is wreck-gar in his robot mode. Ain't that bad. He's got a funky little head sculpt. little wry smile on him there. It's just with that backpack, he is very, very back heavy, but he does stand pretty much. You know, it's not too hard to find a decent pose. Now these will, if you fold out the little tab inside, if I can get it out, that is. These things never want to pop out when you want them to. There we go. Now they will fit onto, there's a little hole in one of the wheels there. You can fit them in. I think that's where it's supposed to go anyway. Probably not. Is it not supposed to go in there? Where's it supposed to bloody go then? Hold on. Oh, that's what it says it's supposed to go. Yeah, there we go. It's just a funny fit in it. Right, so that will fit on his arm. Now you can do the same with the other one on the other side. Or you can attach them to create a big shield. Kind of reminds me of something out of film. I can't think what film it is now. Probably Ulysses 31, where he used to have the weird electric shield on his wrist. Anyway, there we go. Now you don't want to stand up. There we go. Yeah, he's not bad. Just that backpack, really. That's a bit annoying. But he's quite a nice, solid little figure. I like his head. It isn't on a ball joint, but it will turn left and right. And he's got the usual articulation in the arms and the legs. The hands, well, the hands do open, which is pretty cool. I like that. And the same on the other side as well. So, you know, you can have him some little funky poses like that. Yeah, he's not bad, actually. Not bad at all. So anyway, yeah, so this was one of the figures I was going to give to my son when he grows up. But, you know, it's one of these things, really. I'm sure he'd prefer, like, when I get round to giving some of my toys to him, I'm sure he'd prefer a better toy than an average toy. Not that it's actually that average, I think it's not too bad. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.